Hi there, I'm Camila Campuzano, and I make videos for Montessori school leaders, administrators, so that they can find a sense of community online, as well as get some great leadership and marketing tips for their Montessori schools. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 of my favorite lead generators that all Montessori schools should really consider having on their website. Now, if you don't know what a lead generator is, that's fine. They're also known as a lead magnet, so if you've heard that term, it's the same thing. Basically, what the purpose of it is so that you can capture important contact information from families and prospective parents who visit your website so that you can contact them and follow up with them and kind of nurture them along the enrollment process. This is extremely important, and Montessori schools aren't the only businesses that are doing this. You'll notice that when you go on pretty much any website, whether you're shopping online or not, they'll ask for your email to send you promotions and inform you when there's a sale. In the Montessori space, you would be informing parents about the benefits of Montessori. You'd be reminding them to schedule a tour, following up with them, checking in to see if they have, completed their school search journey. So it's really important if you want to be kept top of mind for these prospective parents, and it can be a huge difference when you're looking to increase your enrollment. So let's dive into my 5 favorite lead gens for the Montessori space. All right, so the number one lead generator that Montessorians should really consider when it comes to their school is your tuition rates. There are several reasons why you should be gating your tuition on your website. The first and foremost is you don't want to scare parents away with the price of your school before they've even gotten a chance to learn from you directly the benefits of Montessori. A lot of parents, that's the first place they'll look is to see how much it's going to cost them. They won't even look at the benefits. They won't look at the environments. They won't schedule a tour until they've considered the price. So this is an extremely valuable piece of content that you can offer families. Instead of putting your tuition online and being super transparent, you can be transparent. Just ask for them to hand over their email information. So then whenever they enter their email and contact information, you'll automatically send out an email to these parents giving a detailed breakdown of the costs. You can explain as well why it costs this much, and dive into detail about the benefits of your school, what sets your school apart. You can put together a tuitions packet and send that to parents so that they're kind of forced to look through the information all at once. This is hugely beneficial, and it's probably going to be your number one leads magnet when it comes to my favorite 5. So this is number one. You should not be putting your tuition on your website. That's information that people want to know. So definitely kind of consider putting together a tuition information packet rather than just listing your tuition straight up on your website. Huge advantages to this, and I highly recommend doing it. All right, let's go to my number 2 favorite lead magnet for Montessori's. Okay, so my number 2 lead magnet is your tours, your automatic tour scheduling. If you do not have the option to for parents to schedule tours automatically on your website, you are missing out big time. Nowadays, parents are busy. Most families have 2 working parents. They're already stressed with kids. They don't want to have to call based on your schedule. They want to be able to make and schedule a tour based off of their free time, and they want to do it easily and automatically. So you absolutely must have this option on your website. If you're not having these automations on your website, you could be missing out big time on parents coming in for a tour. And as we all know, the tour is really what sells people at Montessori, because once they see the environments, once they see the children in deep work, that is where they see the vision come to life. That's what really says, wow, this is unlike any other daycare I've seen. This is unlike anything I've seen. The children are working, they're happy. You can see the concentration and the pure joy that they have in the classroom. So it's so important to get parents in on a tour. And it's also a great way to collect that data from them so that you can contact them, because when they schedule a tour, they'll receive email confirmations, they'll receive maybe some information leading up to the tour, a check-in and a reminder. So it's great for you to check in with them, and then after they visited a tour, you can use that contact information that you collected to follow up and say, oh, how have you been since our tour? Have you found a place yet? Do you want to submit an application? There are limited spaces available at our school, so if you'd like to secure a spot, it's better that you submit an application early. So it's great to touch base like this with these families. So definitely utilize your tour scheduling online as a lead generator. It's a great one to have. So the first two lead generators are really the ones that Montessoris should absolutely be having on their school website if they want to see an increase in engagement from prospective parents and in an overall enrollment. The other three I'm going to get into, they're more content based. They're optional. If you have them on your website, great. If you don't, it's completely up to you whether you want to include this type of content on your website. But in my opinion, it could be a great way to collect that all important contact information, which should be a huge, huge goal of your website. So the third favorite lead magnet of mine is to offer a really detailed packet of your curriculum, maybe a scope and sequence and program information that's really highly detailed. Now, why I say this is you don't want to include that on your website. You want them to hear it from you, preferably in a tour, because that's where they can ask questions, you can answer them directly, and there's no miscommunication when they come in for a tour. But it's great to have that as an option for them to download in PDF form as well, because then they can read the extensive details of the Montessori philosophy, of what the program includes, and kind of how everything ties together in Montessori. The reason you don't want to have this on your website is you don't want to have an overload of information on your website. You want it to be a space where just parents can learn about what you offer, how they can get in contact with you, and how they can enroll at your school. That's the goal of your website. But if you offer maybe, download our PDF of our detailed Montessori program information and scope and sequence, just give us your email and we'll send you the packet. Those are for parents who are really highly interested in the data. They're really highly interested in seeing every little detail. And we know that those parents are out there. So it's great to offer that as an option for them to download. You get that you get that contact information, and then you can email them saying, "Wow, we see that you have downloaded our PDF of our detailed program information. We would love to go into further detail if you're interested in learning more directly from us, and invite you to come in for a tour." So it's a great lead generator for that reason. So my number 4 favorite lead generator for Montessori schools to include on their website is white papers. And what I mean by white papers is PDFs that parents can request a download of that is valuable to them. So things that they want to know more about. Great white papers to include on your website are things like parenting tips, 10 ways you can incorporate Montessori into your home, things like this. The reason that these are valuable is that they show your prospective parents that you offer guidance and thought leadership beyond the classroom. And this is valuable to parents nowadays because they really want more than just a place where they can drop off their children, especially if they're looking into Montessori as an option. So if they see that you offer really educational resources and support for families, this is going to be valuable to them. And of course, they're going to be interested in downloading and learning more about Montessori directly from you, which of course sets you apart from the rest. It shows that you're supporting your community, so it can be really important. I've listed below as well in the description a few other ideas that you can use for white pages, and I've linked a blog where we kind of outline what white pages are and which ones you can incorporate into your website as well. And of course, on Montessori Thrive, we have a few that you can download. They're ready to go in PDF format for you so that you can include them on your website if you choose to. But it is a great option for those of you who are really dedicated in educating your prospective families and current families about the benefits of Montessori. All right, so my fifth and final favorite lead generator for Montessori school websites is kind of a fun one. And this one is completely optional, but it never hurts. It shows that, you kind of appeal to the parent that may be having a harder time making a decision as to the schooling, and that is quizzes and checklists. And the reason this is fun is it helps the parent kind of make a more informed decision about their child's schooling. A great quiz, for instance, or comparison checklist is Waldorf, traditional, or Montessori. The parent can look at the 3 models and decide kind of which one would be the best fit for their family. Another great quiz is Montessori right for your child? Take the quiz and find out. And you can ask a few questions to see if you would be well aligned with that family. Things like this are just fun. Parents are interested in downloading them and figuring out if it's going to be the right fit. And of course, it just is another way for you to capture their contact information. So I highly recommend it. I'm going to show you now how these lead generators can look on your website. So I'll show you a little snippet of what it can look like on one of our sample Montessori websites. If you're interested in getting some support with your Montessori website, of course, reach out to us for a free consultation. We're really happy to show you what a great website can do. But I'm just going to show you a quick sample of how lead generators can look like on your website. And I'm sure that when you see them, you'll notice them everywhere on other websites as well, because they really are a big part of marketing nowadays. All right, so here I am on our Nido Montessori School sample website. As you can see, we use this as a sample template for one of our design options if you decide to have a website with us. But I'm just going to show you, and you can take inspiration for your own website as well, how we utilize lead generators on our websites. And we know that these are really effective and have helped many schools grow their enrollment. So when you're on our homepage, this is the first thing you see, front and center, invitation to schedule a tour automatically. So when you click on that, you're then led to select when you want to come in for a tour. As a school, you would, of course, be able to adjust this to your availability. So then parents, instead of having to call you and figure out a time, they can just do this on their own time, figure out a time that works for them to come in. So we love it. And we have the schedule a tour on several spots on our website here. So this, of course, we know is a lead gen. It's a great way to get that important contact information and to get parents excited about coming in for a tour. Now, when you scroll down, you get to see some more information about the school. And here at the bottom of the page, we have another lead generator here. We have one of our quizzes, Montessori or conventional, what's right for your family? So here you can collect that parent's first name and their email. And when they'll click this button here that says send me the white paper, they will immediately receive that PDF in their inbox. And in exchange, you've now have their email so that you can follow up and contact them as they've shown interest in your website. So it's a great way to, of course, contact those parents. Then I just wanted to show how we deal with admissions on our websites. Tuitions on our website. So when you go under admissions and you click tuition and fees here, you're taken to a form that parents can fill out. And here you can see tuition varies by program. Complete this form for an instant access to customize rates for your child. It feels more personalized, it feels more custom, and they are given a reason as to why they have to request. So it's a little bit less annoying and it's less pushy from a prospective parent's point of view. So of course, you want to keep it very limited. Don't make them fill out a bunch of information. Don't take up too much of their time. Just simply you need their first name, email, phone, and then of course what programs they're interested in so that you can send them the tuition accordingly and the information. Then as soon as they click this get tuitions rates, they will automatically receive an email with that tuition package and information about the program that they're interested in and an invitation to come in for a tour. So it's great. Another thing I just want to show is that our websites are compatible for tablet. They're compatible for smartphone and of course desktop. So this is of course extremely important. You want to make sure that your website looks good on all of these platforms, as many parents are going to be visiting you on a smartphone or tablet. So just make sure that is something that you're doing with your school website. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful and hopefully you found some inspiration for lead generators on your own school website. For more weekly Montessori marketing and leadership videos, please subscribe to our channel and like our videos, and leave any suggestions, ideas, or questions in the comments below. We're happy to help you. This is a community space, so feel free to comment. All right, I'll see you next week for another school leadership and marketing video.